In this video, we're going to talk about something that touches the lives of almost every older adult. The quiet feeling of waiting. Waiting for a phone call, a visit, or a message that makes the day feel complete. It may seem like a small thing, but over time, this waiting can slowly take away your energy, your peace, and even your joy. Many seniors in America experience this without realizing how deeply it affects both their emotional and physical health. But here's the good news. It doesn't have to stay that way. In this video, I'll share 7 simple yet powerful keys that can help you live a happier, healthier, and more independent life. These are not big or complicated ideas. They are small changes that can completely transform how you feel each day. They come from real stories, medical research, and lessons learned from older adults who found their spark again, even after years of feeling alone or dependent on others for happiness. Before we begin, I'd love to know where you're watching from today. Drop your city or state in the comments below. It's always inspiring to see this growing community of kind, strong souls across America walking this journey together. Key number 1. Reclaim your body. Let's start with something that many people overlook: your body. As we grow older, it's easy to believe that rest means safety. You stop walking as much, avoid lifting things, and let others handle small tasks because you don't want to get hurt. But here's the truth. When you stop moving, your body starts to believe it's no longer needed. Your muscles weaken, your balance fades, and even your energy starts to dip. It's not just age that slows us down, it's inactivity. Your body is like a loyal friend that's been with you through every season of life. It doesn't ask for much, just a little attention every day. Medical studies show that even in your 80s or 90s, your body can grow stronger again if you give it a reason to move. You don't need a gym, fancy shoes, or equipment. You just need 5 minutes. Stand up, stretch, march in place, or take a short walk to the mailbox. Each step tells your body, "I'm still here. I'm still strong." I once met an older woman who was terrified to walk after a small fall. She stopped leaving her chair. Together we began with something very small, standing up and sitting down 5 times, twice a day. In just a few weeks, her strength returned, and so did her smile. It wasn't just her legs that improved, it was her confidence. So tomorrow morning, before the day begins, give your body those 5 minutes. Move, breathe, stretch, whatever feels right. Because every time you move, you're not just exercising your body, you're reminding yourself that your life, your independence, and your strength still belong to you. Key number 2. Keep your mind curious and alive. Now that we've talked about the body, let's focus on your most powerful organ, your mind. Many people think that once they retire, their brain has earned the right to rest. After all, you've worked hard for decades, raised families, solved problems, and managed countless responsibilities. But here's the thing. When the mind stops learning, it starts slowing down. It's not because you're getting old. It's because your brain simply needs new things to stay awake. Think of your mind as a garden. When you plant new seeds, new ideas, hobbies, and challenges, it grows strong and full of life. But when you stop planting, weeds of forgetfulness and boredom begin to take over. The good news is your brain never loses its ability to grow. Scientists call it neuroplasticity, the brain's natural power to make new connections at any age. Even something as small as learning a new word, trying a new recipe, or figuring out how to use an app on your phone can keep your mind active. I once met a retired accountant who felt like his thoughts were turning foggy. His daughter convinced him to take an online class about history. Within weeks, his memory sharpened and he couldn't stop talking about what he learned. He told me, "It feels like my brain woke up again." So today, give your mind a little gift. Curiosity. Learn something new, no matter how small. Read about a topic you'd never explored. Try a puzzle, a new show, or a creative hobby. Your mind is still capable of amazing things. Keep feeding it, keep challenging it, and it will reward you with clarity, energy, and joy every single day. Key number 3, build your circle. Let's talk about something that goes straight to the heart: connection. Many older adults find themselves depending almost entirely on their children or grandchildren for company. Those calls, visits, and video chats mean everything, but when that becomes your only source of interaction, life starts to feel small and quiet. The truth is, family love is beautiful, but it shouldn't be your only doorway to the world. You deserve a circle of your own. Loneliness is not just an emotion, it's a real health risk. Studies show that chronic loneliness can be as harmful to the body as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. It raises stress levels, weakens the immune system, and even affects memory. But here's the hopeful part: connection heals. Having people to talk to, laugh with, or share a meal with can literally strengthen your heart and lengthen your life. I once met a lovely woman named Carol. After her husband passed, her children moved far away. Though they called every week, she felt the silence deeply. I encouraged her to join a book club at her local senior center. At first she was nervous, but she went anyway, and it changed everything. Now she has friends who laugh, share stories, and check in on her regularly. You don't need a big crowd to feel connected. Even 1 or 2 good friends can bring warmth back into your days. Try visiting your local library, church, or community center. Join a small group, a walking club, or volunteer once a week. Connection isn't about how many people you know. It's about feeling seen, heard, and valued. That's what truly keeps your heart young. Key number 4, find purpose every day. After retirement, many people wake up and quietly ask themselves, "Now what?" For years, your days were filled with work, responsibilities, and people who needed you. Then suddenly, the phone stops ringing as much, and time feels slower. What once felt like freedom can start to feel empty. This is what many call the retirement void. But here's the truth: your story isn't over. You still have purpose. Purpose doesn't have to be big or world-changing. It can be something small but meaningful, something that gives you a reason to look forward to each day. Maybe it's caring for a plant, baking for a neighbor, teaching a grandchild something you love, or helping at a local center once a week. Research shows that older adults who live with daily purpose not only feel happier, but also have stronger immunity, sharper minds, and more peace. I remember meeting Frank, a retired mechanic, who told me, "My hands don't know what to do anymore." One day, he saw kids struggling with a broken bicycle, so he helped fix it. The joy on their faces brought him back to life. A week later, he hung a small sign outside his garage that said, "Free bike repairs for kids." Now his days are filled with laughter, tools, and new friendships. Purpose doesn't always find you. Sometimes you create it. Ask yourself, what small thing can I do today that gives my day meaning? It might be something only you can offer: your experience, your kindness, your time. Because every time you bring light to someone else's day, your own heart shines brighter too. Key number 5, own your happiness. Now let's talk about something truly powerful: your happiness. Many older adults tell me their mood depends on whether they hear from their children that day. When the phone rings, they feel loved and alive. When it doesn't, the day feels long and heavy. But here's something I want you to remember with all your heart: your happiness should never live inside someone else's schedule. Depending on others for joy creates a quiet kind of sadness. It's like holding your breath, waiting for something that may or may not happen. And when it doesn't, you start to feel invisible. But real peace comes when you learn to create moments of happiness that belong entirely to you. You don't need anyone's permission to enjoy your life. I once worked with a retired engineer named Gene. His whole day used to revolve around his children's phone calls. If they didn't call, he'd feel forgotten. Then he decided to change one small thing. He started walking to a local cafe every morning, chatting with the barista and reading the newspaper. Soon he stopped waiting for the phone to ring. He had new stories to tell, and interestingly, his kids started calling more often, not because he needed them to, but because they could feel his new energy. You can start this today. Try keeping a simple 5-minute joy journal. Every night before bed, write down one thing that made you happy, something that came from you. Maybe it's your morning coffee, a song you love, or the quiet beauty of the sunset. When you start noticing these small joys, you take back control of your peace. Say it softly with me. My happiness starts with me. Key number 6. The healing power of gratitude. As we grow older, it's easy to focus on what's gone, the people we miss, the things we can't do as easily, or the moments that have quietly slipped away. But gratitude has a beautiful way of turning our focus from what's missing to what still remains. It's not about pretending everything is perfect. It's about noticing the simple, ordinary blessings that make life worth living. The warmth of your morning tea, the sunlight through your window, or a friendly smile from a neighbor. Science now proves what many wise souls have always known. Gratitude heals. Studies show that older adults who practice gratitude sleep better, have lower blood pressure, and experience less anxiety and depression. Gratitude doesn't erase pain, but it softens it. It calms the heart and helps you see your days with new eyes. I once met a man in his 70s who began each morning by writing down 3 things he was thankful for, sometimes as small as my soft blanket or the sound of rain. After a few weeks, he told me, "Doctor, the world didn't change. I did." His life wasn't suddenly easier, but it felt lighter and brighter. You can begin this simple habit tonight. Before you sleep, whisper one sentence of thanks, not for what you've lost, but for what you still have. It could be your health, your home, or simply the gift of being alive today. Gratitude helps you see that joy doesn't always come from big moments. It's hidden in the quiet ones you live every day. Key number 7. The gift of letting go. There's one last key that brings deep peace to both your heart and your mind: the art of letting go. As we get older, we often carry quiet burdens, regrets about the past, guilt over mistakes, hurt from things left unsaid, or sadness about dreams that never came true. These feelings can sit in your heart for years, heavy and unspoken. But letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It means freeing yourself from the weight of what you can no longer change. Life, as you know, doesn't always follow our plans. Children grow in different directions, friends drift away, health changes, and time moves faster than we'd like. But peace begins the moment you stop fighting the past and start embracing what is here, right now. Forgiveness, especially forgiving yourself, is one of the most powerful healers we have. It can lower stress, ease pain, and make room in your heart for new joy. I once met a woman who carried regret for decades over a family argument. One day she finally called her sister, not to fix the past, but simply to say, "I love you." That night she said she slept deeply for the first time in years. So tonight, If an old memory stirs, don't push it away. Breathe deeply and whisper, "I release this with love." Whether it's toward someone else or yourself, let it go gently. When you release what hurts, you make space for peace, laughter, and light to return. The freedom that follows is quiet, but it changes everything. So, my friends, we've now explored 7 beautiful keys to a happier, stronger, and more peaceful life. Reclaiming your body, keeping your mind curious, building your circle, finding daily purpose, owning your happiness, living with gratitude, and learning the art of letting go. Each one of these is a gentle reminder that your story is still unfolding, and every new day is another chance to add meaning, joy, and light to it. You've spent a lifetime caring for others, giving your time, your love, and your strength freely. Now, this part of life is about caring for you, your health, your peace, and your heart. Aging doesn't mean losing who you are. It means becoming more of who you've always been, wiser, calmer, and more aware of what truly matters. So, before you go, I want you to make a small promise to yourself. What's one thing you'll do this week to bring more peace, purpose, or happiness into your life? Write it down in the comments below. You never know. Your words might inspire someone else to begin their own journey, too. Remember this, your best years aren't behind you. They're waiting right here, ready to be lived with joy, gratitude, and courage. Be gentle with yourself, be proud of how far you've come, and keep moving forward, because you still have so much life left to live.